Before we begin, spent years writing in silence. The musician filling stadiums. If stories and timeless wisdom help you become a little wiser every day, take a moment to subscribe to MindShelf Audio and join thousands of listeners building better lives, one audiobook at a time. Spent years writing in silence. The musician filling stadiums. If stories and timeless wisdom help you become a little wiser every day, take a moment to subscribe to MindShelf Audio and join thousands of listeners building better lives, one audiobook at a time. Performed to empty rooms long before anyone knew their name. The athlete who won Olympic gold. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow with exactly the same dreams, the same ambitions, the same potential. Practiced before sunrise while everyone else slept. Success rarely arrives suddenly. But 10 years from now, the musician filling stadiums. It simply becomes visible suddenly. You discover that someone else, no smarter than you, no more talented than you, has built the life you always wanted. Performed to empty rooms long before anyone knew their name. And here's something even more important. They earn more. Success rarely arrives suddenly. Your habits don't just shape what you do. They feel healthier. It simply becomes visible suddenly. They shape who you believe you are. They have stronger relationships. And here's something even more important. Suppose someone offers you a cigarette. They wake up with purpose. Your habits don't just shape what you do. One person replies. So what made the difference? They shape who you believe you are. I can't smoke. It wasn't luck. Suppose someone offers you a cigarette. I'm trying to quit. It wasn't talent. One person replies. Another person says. And it certainly wasn't intelligence. I don't smoke. I can't smoke. The answer was hidden in something so small that most people never notice it. I'm trying to quit. The difference seems tiny. A habit. Not one dramatic decision. Another person says. But psychologically. But thousands of tiny choices, repeated every single day. I don't smoke. It's enormous. The first person still sees themselves as a smoker. Today's audiobook isn't about changing your life overnight. The difference seems tiny. The second has changed their identity. It's about understanding the invisible force that quietly shapes every future. But psychologically, real transformation doesn't happen when you change your actions. Let's begin. Have you ever reached the end of a day and wondered? It happens when you change your identity. What did I actually accomplish today? It's enormous. The first person still sees themselves as a smoker. The second has changed their identity. You don't exercise because you're trying to become healthy. You woke up with good intentions. Real transformation doesn't happen when you change your actions. You exercise because you're the kind of person who takes care of their body. You promised yourself that today would be different. It happens when you change your identity. You don't read because you're trying to look intelligent. Today you would exercise. You don't exercise because you're trying to become healthy. You read because you're someone who values learning. Today you would stop procrastinating. You exercise because you're the kind of person who takes care of their body. Every small action casts a vote for the person you're becoming. Today you would finally start working on that dream you've been carrying for years. You don't read because you're trying to look intelligent. Each workout says. But somehow, the day disappeared. You read because you're someone who values learning. I'm someone who doesn't give up. You checked your phone for just 2 minutes. Each chapter you read whispers. 2 minutes became 20. Every small action casts a vote for the person you're becoming. Each workout says. I'm someone who grows. One video became 10. I'm someone who doesn't give up. Each promise you keep tells your mind. One distraction became an entire afternoon. Each chapter you read whispers. I'm someone who can be trusted. And before you knew it, I'm someone who grows. That's why tiny habits matter so much. Night had arrived. Each promise you keep tells your mind. They're not just changing your schedule. You told yourself, I'm someone who can be trusted. They're rewriting your identity. I'll start tomorrow. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every single day. Sound familiar? That's why tiny habits matter so much. They're not just changing your schedule. At first, it feels exhausting. Here's the uncomfortable truth. But over time, your life isn't controlled by your biggest dreams. They're rewriting your identity. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every single day. Your muscles adapt. It isn't controlled by your intelligence. At first, it feels exhausting. One day you barely notice the weight. It isn't even controlled by your motivation. But over time, habits work the same way. It's controlled by something much smaller. What feels difficult today? Your muscles adapt. Something almost invisible. One day you barely notice the weight. Your habits. Every single morning, your brain runs thousands of tiny programs without asking for your permission. Habits work the same way. You brush your teeth the same way. What feels difficult today? You hold your coffee mug the same way. Can become effortless tomorrow. Not because life became easier. Can become effortless tomorrow. You unlock your phone the same way, but because you became stronger. Not because life became easier. You react to stress the same way. There's an old story about two wolves living inside every person. But because you became stronger, most of your day isn't made up of conscious decisions. Patience. Courage. One wolf represents discipline. There's an old story about two wolves living inside every person. It's made up of automatic routines. Kindness. The other represents laziness. Imagine you're a pilot flying across the Atlantic Ocean. One wolf represents discipline. Fear. Anger. Patience. Courage. If you change the plane's direction by just 1 degree. And excuses. Someone once asked, kindness. The other represents laziness. Which wolf wins? You won't notice the difference for the first few minutes. Fear. Anger. Or even the first few hours. The answer was simple. And excuses. Someone once asked, but after several thousand miles. The one you feed. Which wolf wins? Every habit feeds one of those wolves. You'll land in a completely different country. The answer was simple. Life works exactly the same way. Every decision. The one you feed. Small habits seem insignificant today. No matter how small. Every habit feeds one of those wolves. But over months, strengthens one. Every decision. Years. Even decades. Or weakens the other. No matter how small. Those tiny actions determine where you eventually arrive. Here's another secret few people realize. Strengthens one. A person doesn't become unhealthy overnight. Motivation is unreliable. Or weakens the other. Some mornings you'll feel inspired. They simply repeat small unhealthy choices. Here's another secret few people realize. A missed walk here. Other mornings. Motivation is unreliable. An extra sugary drink there. You won't. If your success depends on feeling motivated. A few hours less sleep. Some mornings you will feel inspired. Your progress will always be inconsistent. Other mornings. Nothing dramatic. Successful people don't rely on motivation. You won't. If your success depends on feeling motivated. Yet eventually. They rely on systems. Your progress will always be inconsistent. Those tiny decisions become a lifestyle. They remove unnecessary decisions. Successful people don't rely on motivation. Now imagine the opposite. They make good habits easy. They rely on systems. Reading just 10 pages a day. And bad habits difficult. They remove unnecessary decisions. Walking for 20 minutes. Instead of asking. They make good habits easy. Saving a small amount of money each week. Do I feel like exercising? And bad habits difficult. Learning one new word every morning. They simply exercise because that's what they always do. Instead of asking. None of these actions feel life-changing. Routine beats motivation every time. Do I feel like exercising? But together. Imagine brushing your teeth. They simply exercise because that's what they always do. They quietly reshape your future. Do you wake up every morning asking yourself? Routine beats motivation every time. Should I brush today? This is why habits are powerful. Imagine brushing your teeth. Not because they create instant transformation. Of course not. It's automatic. Do you wake up every morning asking yourself? But because they never stop working. That's the ultimate goal of every positive habit. Should I brush today? Whether they were helping you to become so normal. Of course not. It's automatic. Or hurting you. You no longer debate it. That's the ultimate goal of every positive habit. Think about water dripping onto a stone. You simply do it. To become so normal. One drop changes nothing. Your future isn't created during moments of extraordinary effort. You no longer debate it. 100 drops change nothing. It's built during ordinary days. You simply do it. 1,000 drops still seem meaningless. Quiet mornings. Your future isn't created during moments of extraordinary effort. Yet after enough time. Simple routines. It's built during ordinary days. Even solid rock begins to change shape. Tiny choices. Repeat it again. Quiet mornings. Habits work like those drops of water. And again. And again. Simple routines. The problem is tiny choices. Repeat it again. Most people quit before the change becomes visible, because greatness isn't usually one spectacular moment. And again. And again. They expect dramatic results after 1 week. It's thousands of ordinary moments performed with consistency. Tonight. Before you go to sleep. Because greatness isn't usually one spectacular moment. 1 month. Sometimes even 1 day. It's thousands of ordinary moments performed with consistency. But nature doesn't rush. What tiny action can tomorrow's version of me thank me for? Ask yourself one simple question. Tonight. Before you go to sleep. Neither does personal growth. Not something impossible. Ask yourself one simple question. Consider the bamboo tree. Not something dramatic. What tiny action can tomorrow's version of me thank me for? For years after it's planted. Just one small action. Not something impossible. Almost nothing happens above the ground. Read 1 page. Take 1 walk. Not something dramatic. People think it isn't growing. Write 1 paragraph. Just 1 small action. But underneath the soil. Drink 1 extra glass of water. Read 1 page. Take 1 walk. Its roots are spreading in every direction. Turn your phone off 30 minutes earlier. Write 1 paragraph. Building strength. Small enough that you cannot fail. Drink 1 extra glass of water. Building stability. Because the goal isn't to change your life overnight. Turn your phone off 30 minutes earlier. Preparing for what's coming. The goal is to become the kind of person who keeps showing up. Small enough that you cannot fail. Then suddenly, day after day, choice after choice. Because the goal isn't to change your life overnight. The bamboo shoots upward at astonishing speed, habit after habit. The goal is to become the kind of person who keeps showing up. The visible growth wasn't sudden. Until one morning. Day after day. Choice after choice. It was simply the result of years of invisible preparation. You look back. Habit after habit. Your habits are your roots. And realize. The life you've always wanted. Until one morning. Every healthy choice was quietly built by the smallest decisions you almost ignored. You look back. Every disciplined action. Thank you for listening to MindShelf Audio. And realize. The life you've always wanted. Every promise you keep to yourself. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this audiobook with someone who needs to hear it today. Strengthens those roots. Was quietly built by the smallest decisions you almost ignored. Until next time. Thank you for listening to MindShelf Audio. Even when nobody notices. Keep learning. Keep growing. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this audiobook with someone who needs to hear it today. Even when you don't notice. And remember, until next time. The modern world, however, teaches us the opposite. The smallest habits often create the biggest futures. Keep learning. Keep growing. We celebrate overnight success. And remember, instant wealth. The smallest habits often create the biggest futures. Quick fix it.